didn't want to quit. All right, before I would have people that would pay for 6 months to a year. They just would be like, I'm not going back, and they just keep paying, and that would be it. And they wouldn't even ask for a refund or anything. We call them and call them, they wouldn't come back. Those days are over. All right, the days where real estate people, in my area at least, I mean, these guys were cranking out houses every week. They're making 400, 500 grand. All right, the mortgage brokers are making all this money. Those days are over. Okay, now I call this the real economy. All right. What we've been doing, weekly meetings every Monday. All of our schools, we have our weekly meeting online with ChampionsWay. We're always going over different strategies, different marketing ideas, okay? It's grown so much. Now there's close to 200 members, okay, coming to those weekly meetings. Some of them don't make it to the ones live, but they're all at the actual ones that are recorded. Seaway live training. If you can't train your staff, you're complaining about time, all right, we have a great ChampionsWay online training course for martial arts school owners. Program director training, front desk training, social media training, marketing training, sales training. Okay, account managers are doing perfect mind training on there. There's specialized webinars from special speakers. All right, if you want to get involved with that, same thing. We'll show you that afterwards. Supporting one another. We help each other out. We have in-school tournaments, helping. We're going to each other's schools, working together. Staff training once a month. Okay, at my location, a lot of the schools on the East Coast are coming out for it. We have one this Sunday from 9 to 11. We're offering jiu-jitsu training and Muay Thai training and business trainings and social media training. That's all this weekend. Okay, it's Sunday's my day off. Okay, well listen, I hear you. Okay, it's family. People, I love when people, they talk about that. Family is the most important thing in the world to me. Okay, well, guess what? You need to take care of your family. The way you take care of your family is to provide for them. How do you provide for them? You provide for them with money. All right, so sometimes it's called sacrifice. Get up early, maybe take your wife to breakfast, go to the training, then go home and hang out with your family. All right, you got to put that extra in. You know why, guys? Because we got 198 schools that are already doing it. Okay, we're going to have a lot more. All right, and that's the kind of people that you're going to be competing against. People that are going to sacrifice and give up their Saturday once a month, give up their Sunday once a month, come to a school, get the training. Those are the schools that are going to rise to the top. ChampionsWay community, one of the best tools. If anybody uses it, I'm sure you're getting a lot of great ideas on it. But if you're not using it, check it out. Takeaway number 5, working with the right people. Okay, this is really simple. Work with people you like. Work with people who are passionate. Work with people who have what you want. Okay, guys, that's always been something. When I looked at other mentors I worked with before, I started to lose confidence. To be honest, I noticed like it's really difficult. Like I didn't find out for a while, but I'm sitting there following somebody, and they declared bankruptcy, and I didn't know about this until I was asked to sign an agreement, and I actually had to find out that a former business partner, 2 years prior filed bankruptcy, and I was like, whoa. And that was really tough for me because I was like, wait a second, why am I even listening to this person? I was like, I'm listening to them, and I've already outgrew them. That's really important when it comes to business. Work with people who are doing it. All right, we talked about that. The best thing about coming out to my school, coming out for a visit, you can talk to schools that come out for the visit. We're doing it. I'm not here in my basement, working on this stuff. All right, we're in the trenches doing it. Well, I'm actually in my basement right now working on this because office I lost my internet. But we're in the trenches every single day, grinding it out just like you, training in jiu-jitsu, training, working out, not as much as I should be. And then work with people you trust. Without that, forget it. Work with people who care. All right, and this symbol I'm about to show you signifies everything that I just talked about. All right, work with the number one name in the industry. Work with ChampionsWay. These guys, are just the best. Okay, they're the most passionate, the best leaders, especially at the top. These guys are just amazing. And I'm gonna blow your mind. Well, I'm not gonna blow your mind. John Malik's gonna get on here and give you guys a little quick demo and show you what's to come. And when you see that, you'll see everything that I'm talking about. You'll see how someone from New Jersey formed a relationship with people on the other side of the world. Okay, on the other side of the world, because I believed in them so much. And that's the thing. It's coming from my heart. So a couple things. We're gonna let John talk about some of these ridiculous new things that are coming out, and then afterwards, after John's talk, we're gonna do a quick Q&A, 5 minutes, questions, answers, anything you want to ask me, and then anyone who's interested in seeing the Champions Way library, because once John shows you what's coming, you are going to want to get on board, okay, because it's just that sick. And after that, Samantha will be doing a presentation to show everybody how to use the library. So I'm going to turn this. I'm going to get out of the presentation, turn it over to John Malik. Let's give John a big round of applause, guys. The hardest working man in the industry, John Malik.
Check one, check two. I'm just coming in here from a thesis mic. Can everybody hear me? If you can, just type yes in the checkbox and let me know. Okay, great. And my voice seems to be a little bit loud, so I'm going to try and tone it down a little bit there for you. Well, Sensei, thanks for passing it over. Really briefly, I just want to give you guys an update on some of the really cool stuff that's happening now and will be happening in the near future. I'm just going to share my screen for a brief moment. Okay, can everybody see my screen? If you can, just type yes in the chat box and let me know. Excellent, okay. So you might have remembered the last time that we had a webinar, we mentioned that we were going to do a beta of our portal or our interactive website member section system. And my goodness, in a really short period of time, that beta has gone from essentially nothing happening to almost complete. In about 2 weeks, we've had 5 schools jump on the beta, and it's really amazing seeing what's happening. So right now I am looking at a beta of our martial arts portal for champions in New Jersey. As you can see, this looks almost identical as their website. It is the sickest looking member section you can have. Why? Because it doesn't look like you're going to a different website. And built in, it has all these really cool tabs. So that's one example. I'm going to go across the country over to High Desert Martial Arts. I got to give a shout out to them. The Millers have been awesome. One of the things that's really cool about them is they're moving along with their blog. They're moving along with different aspects of the system. For example, I click on blog, and you can see that they've already got one running in there. Try to kid your way through the summer. Also, she's got her Book Me movie. I'm going to show you this in a brief second. Okay, nice little photo there, little test blog. Awesome. Now check this out. Book Me. What's going on is if I'm on her website right now and I want to go in for an intro 1, for example, it loads up. And just like you guys registered for this webinar, you probably noticed a similar looking interface. Well, that's because everything we build and we use for ourselves, we are going to share with our clients, of course. So right there, I can book myself for an intro right on her website, put it in there in the same way you got those reminder emails for the webinar today and all those great little emails that were letting you know about what's happening with the webinar. Well, that kind of service and treatment would happen with any one of your prospective students that are looking at taking a lesson with your school. So same technology again, really cool stuff. Now, let's head on over to our own portal here. This is a first time you're going to see this. This is a sneak preview. Really excited about this. The next thing happening with ChampionsWay is we're launching a brand new version of our virtual school. What the virtual school is it's 2 things. One, it's part of version 2 of our library. The ChampionsWay library is going to have a new section. I think we're going to call it the virtual school. We're not totally sure. But what it's going to include is videos on how to do classroom drills, techniques. There'll be links to different instructors that are contributing content. Got to give a shout out to Robert Drysdale. Got to give a shout out to Ace Ramirez. I'm sure there'll be more joining on board. But ChampionsWay Library is no longer going to just be a place for business strategies. It will be a place for classroom strategies and also sparring strategies and anything you can really imagine. So here's a quick little example. I'm clicking on a jab, for example. And as this is logging in, you can see I got the preview image. There's a little link here that's loading. And this is going to be pretty crazy, guys. Just hang on for 1 second while it loads. What I'm about to show you is built into the library is actually a video player now. What I mean by that is instead of having to click on a separate link and go to a separate video player, it's built right into the system so that way you can watch videos right within the library. Now, it's not about the library, guys. Where we're taking this to is you will now have the ability to add this to your own websites. So every one of our ChampionsWay clients that's got the portal installed or the virtual school installed, what will happen is you can add all kinds of really cool content, maybe techniques, maybe drills, just more information about your instructors, and people can log in and see those things from home. And on top of that, you can share some of these things with leads and prospects on your school. So really cool stuff going on there. Now, you might notice something on the left